Welcome back to the channel. Grab your favorite snack and settle in, because the preview photos for the August 17th episode just dropped, and my mind is officially blown. We have literal life and death stakes today. Let's get right into it. Oh my God, you guys, we need to talk about Chanel DiMera right now because my heart is just breaking for her. The preview photos confirm that Chanel has officially gone into premature labor. She is 3 weeks early. Now, in the real world, 3 weeks early isn't always a massive crisis. But this is Salem, and we all know Chanel's horrifying medical context. She has been battling an aggressive form of breast cancer. She has been undergoing grueling chemotherapy treatments while pregnant. The toll that must be taking on her body is unimaginable. We see these incredibly intense photos of Chanel at Salem University Hospital, clearly in absolute agony. Johnny is right there by her side, holding her hand, and you can just see the sheer terror masking his supportive smile. I mean, think about Johnny's history. He has fought so hard to build a stable life, actively rejecting the toxic, evil legacy of his father, E.J. DiMera. All Johnny wants is to be a good husband and a good father to baby Quattro. But the DiMera curse just will not let this poor guy breathe. But here's the kicker. It's not just Johnny in the room. The whole family has rallied around Chanel. Paulina and Lani are there, and it is such an emotional roller coaster. There is this one incredibly sweet photo where Lani walks in holding a tiny little baby onesie for Trey that says, "Now the boy is a big brother." I literally teared up seeing that. It is such a beautiful, grounding family moment amidst all this medical trauma. Lani and Chanel's sisterhood has evolved so beautifully over the years. Remember when we first found out they were sisters? Paulina had kept that massive, earth-shattering secret, and it nearly destroyed their family. But now, they are thicker than thieves. They are a united front. And for a few seconds in these preview photos, you see Chanel and Johnny flashing these radiant, hopeful smiles. You almost want to believe everything is going to be okay. Let's be real for a second, though. This is a soap opera. Happiness is just the appetizer before the tragedy main course. In the very next sequence of photos, Chanel's face drops into pure, unadulterated panic. The fear in her eyes is palpable. She is gasping for air, fighting through excruciating pain, and Kayla Johnson is rushing in to check her progress. We already know from the spoilers that Chanel starts bleeding during a high-risk premature labor after chemo. That is a literal nightmare scenario. I am terrified that Chanel might have to make an impossible choice between her own life and the baby's life. Or worse, what if she falls into a coma? The writers have been putting Chanel through the ringer lately, and honestly, I am so mad about it. Can we just let this girl bake her pastries and be happy? And then there is the photo that literally made me gasp out loud. It's a shot of Paulina Price standing in the hospital room, screaming. Just a visceral, horrifying scream while Lani tries to comfort her. Now, a lot of fans think Paulina is screaming because Chanel flatlines or the baby is in distress. But I actually think it's something else entirely. We have to look at the bigger picture. Right down the hall, Kayla is delivering absolutely devastating news to Abe and Theo Carver. The Versavix serum failed. Dr. Rolf's sick little science experiment is over. Lexie Carver's condition is terminal, and there is nothing the hospital can do. What if Paulina's scream isn't just about Chanel? What if she just got the news that Abe is about to lose the love of his life all over again? Paulina is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, right? Her daughter is fighting for her life, and her husband is completely shattered by grief over his ex-wife. Jack A. Harry is going to act the house down in these scenes. I just know it. Now, let's pivot to the other massive storyline. because things are getting incredibly messy at the Salem Police Department. Gwen Rizchek and Rafe Hernandez are finally back from Alemania. And guess what? Rafe wants Gwen to spill all of E.J. DiMera's dark, dirty secret. He is dangling an immunity deal right in front of her face. But Gwen is dragging her feet. In the preview photos, she looks so incredibly nervous, pacing around the interrogation room. And honestly, I don't blame her. E.J. DiMera is basically Stefano 2 at this point. He is ruthless, arrogant, and he will absolutely destroy anyone who crosses him. Gwen knows that if she testifies, E.J. will put a target on her back. We all remember what happened when E.J. found out Kristen tried to kill Johnny. He went completely scorched earth. Gwen is a survivor. She has a history of scheming, sure, but she also knows when she is outmatched. But that is not the only reason Gwen is hesitating. And this is the part that actually breaks my heart. Gwen is agonizing over the fact that she left her absolute best friend, Leo Stark, behind in Alemania. Can we just talk about Leo's character development for a second? Leo literally sacrificed his own freedom, offering himself up as a semi-hostage to the obsessed, unhinged Dmitri von Leuschner just so Gwen could escape. That is crazy. These two have been the ultimate toxic besties for years. Remember when they conspired to keep Sarah Horton trapped on that island? They have done terrible things together, but their loyalty to each other is unmatched. The guilt Gwen is feeling right now must be eating her alive. She told Rafe flat out that she is not comfortable being back in Salem without Leo, and you won't believe what happens next. There is this one specific photo of Gwen finding a quiet moment alone at the station. She is staring out the window, and you can practically see the gears turning in her head. A light bulb goes off. She gets this look, that classic mischievous Gwen Rizchek look. I think this move was a huge mistake on Rafe's part, leaving her alone to think. A lot of fans think Gwen is just going to cave and sign the immunity deal, but I actually think she is plotting a massive double cross. What if she uses the evidence against EJ to blackmail him instead of helping the cop? What if she extorts EJ for the resources to launch a mercenary rescue mission to save Leo from Dmitri? Gwen is Jack Devereaux's daughter. She is incredibly resourceful when her back is against the wall. She is not going to just hand over her leverage to a bumbling cop like Rafe without getting exactly what she wants. Speaking of Rafe being terrible at his job, let's talk about his brother, Javi Hernandez. The preview photos show Javi and Rafe having a massive confrontation in the Hernandez kitchen. Javi finds out that Rafe just casually left Leo behind in Alemania, all so he could drag Gwen back to build his case against EJ. Javi is furious. And honestly, I am 100% Team Javi on this one. Rafe is so blinded by his vendetta against EJ that he completely disregarded Leo's safety. Javi has been in absolute denial about his feelings for Leo, trying to make things work with Gus, but this crisis has finally ripped the blinders off. Javi realizes he is still deeply in love with Leo Stark. He is not going to just sit around Salem making sandwiches while the man he loves is being held captive by a psychotic ex-husband. I am fully predicting that Javi is going to throw caution to the wind, pack a bag, and fly straight to Alemania to save his man. We are about to get an epic, romantic rescue mission, and I am so here for it. It is going to be an absolutely explosive week in Salem, you guys. Between Chanel's terrifying labor, Lexie's tragic final moments, and the Alemania hostage crisis, I don't think I'm going to survive the suspense. What do you guys think? Will Chanel and the baby make it through this delivery? What is Gwen's secret plan? And will Javi get to Leo before Dmitri does something crazy? Let me know all your theories in the comments below.